And welcome back, everyone. It is Tuesday of March, of a week, of a day. This is Book the Ticket, as always. It's our movie podcast, and you can follow us anywhere at Comic Book Cast, and you should be able to find us if you Google us. As always, thanks to the patrons who are on screen right now. You guys are the best. And I hope you enjoyed the Pacific Rim commentary that you should have had this weekend. Or Monday, I think, because we were a day late or something. But as always, I'm joined by Joe. You can follow Joe at Halftime Joe and me at Mitch692. We've got a little bit of a show, tiny
Little tiny,
show,
little tiny show.
It's tiny.
Gotta say though, that Pacific Rim audio commentary.
It was fun.
We dropped some facts in there. Like we enjoyed it
We
more
did.
than I think we both thought we were. So
Yeah, just like, oh wow, I actually enjoyed this movie. But yeah, it's tiny, it's toony, it's all a little loony.
yeah, we're.
I missed that. I missed that show. That was good.
What show? What?
Tiny Toons.
Honey
Baby
Tunes?
Looney. No, Tiny Toons.
Oh, they said Honey Tunes, Tiny Tunes. I remember that. That was a thing. I would wake up at 5 in the morning and it'd be
With
on.
With old Bags and Buster Bunny. I don't know why I've thought of that. I think he's just saying tiny. That popped in my head.
Probably,
But
yeah.
speaking of things that popped, Justice League is the top of the home. What would you call it? Home entertainment charts?
Home
Blu-ray
video
sales?
sales.
Yeah.
Because it's on two different charts. One that counts Blu-rays, or let me see, one that
It's
counts.
DVD and Blu-ray.
Yeah, there's
two
one of them. There's one chart that does DVD plus Blu-ray, and there's another that's Blu-ray disc. So one of them is combined DVD and Blu-ray disc unit sales, and the other one is dedicated Blu-ray disc charts. So don't necessarily know how that works out.
No, but it seems to be the pattern with DC movies.
Yeah.
Like, they don't do so hot at the box office, but they come out and they're always number one.
Weird. I guess people just want to see what the Hubba Bubba was about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's always physical. I don't know. Do we have digital sales?
I mean, we do not here. This is physical.
Yeah.
This is straight physical.
Yeah,
So-
because you never hear about them unless.
Because
DC
digital
people
sales are
buy-
usually kept close to the chest, aren't they? For anything, because digital,
Um,
you don't really have to give it to anybody until a certain
No,
time.
I thought you
Could-
get a digital top 10 chart.
With,
I'm not sure.
I think with physical, of course, like even with comics, you have to give it to like a retailer type of thing, and you can see
Oh, yeah.
the numbers there. So it's easy, it's faster, it's quicker with that. I would assume digital sales takes a little bit longer to see because they're always keeping it close to the chest.
Yeah.
Unless they get like a humongous amount of digital sales, then they're like flexing real quick.
Yeah, but I always thought you got a top 10 chart for like digital stuff.
Yeah,
Like if you went on iTunes, you got like the top 10 new releases.
I'm sure. I'm sure it also comes out like a couple weeks after. Then, I'm sure it just comes out later. Yeah.
I don't fuck with digital, so
I don't buy anything really. I'm a millennial. I said that
True.
multiple times already. But we
the
both
only thing you buy is avocado.
yeah. And the only we both say we don't like this movie, so it's just weird for me to think. Yeah, I guess you're right. That just these movies that don't do good in the box office do good in home entertainment sales, and it just like confuses me because if a lot of people are saying they don't like it, why would some people buy? I guess some people do the whole I won't watch it in theaters. I'll wait till the Blu-ray. But really, you're paying more than a movie ticket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's you could say it's not that great because physical media is not that fantastic at the minute.
True.
Nah, more people are going digital every day, so you could make that argument. But
I guess
that's if you wanted to spin it that way. You'd be like, no, fuck this, it didn't get it. It's in a dying market. But
I feel like a lot of people still buy them for collections and stuff like that. I mean,
I what Thor Ragnarok last week.
I don't buy either, like I said. So I just, that confuses me. It's just confounding. Like this would happen. Like I don't know.
Especially for a movie that was panned as much as Justice League.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, this is not like the shit on Justice League hour, but it's just crazy. Like we're just over here thinking like, wow, we did not expect this to happen. Because it's just how the box office reception was. I guess some people find some entertainment in this movie that they're willing to go put their money in with like $20-something because that's how much the discs are for Blu-ray or DVD, like especially, and then you have like those special features kind and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just crazy to think this.
Yeah, does it say how much it actually made from digital sales? Not digital sales.
No, it just says the order and
Actually, no, yeah, because Ragnarok was the top selling the week before, and it's literally because it's new. No, it dropped down to number 2.
well, I mean that's with anything, right? But still, even if it's
Yeah.
new, like
I mean, as it says, it sold 44% as many discs as Justice League did in its first week.
Shape of Water got number 5 on this chart, and it's new.
Yeah, but that's a very small movie.
It's true. It's true. And I'm telling you, this is. I mean, I don't remember the Fan 4 stick like sales on disc, but like I assumed a lot of people wanted to get it on DVD/Blu-ray
No,
so they could see.
I think they ET'd that and just buried it in the desert.
Oh, maybe they didn't even release it.
Yeah, if you go down like New Mexico way, there's probably a landfill
Yeah,
of Phantom 4 stick discs,
probably.
and there's old Trank burying it himself.
Poor Trey.
So it's off my bio. It's off the face of the planet. Yeah. So well done, Justice League. I suppose you topped something. You can say that.
Yeah. So,
Speaking of topping something, I was trying to think of a segue. I was like, how can I tie this in? Lord and Miller do have a credit on Solo, a Star Wars movie, which is still a fucking stupid name. It should just be called Han Solo.
that too.
But they get credit for their writing credits, didn't they? No.
They reveal their credits as executive producers, and that's kind of it.
Oh yeah. Which you're not going to get a directing credit because you wouldn't get Ron Howard in the movie to take over to him not to get a directing credit.
And I think there was something that came out that's I think it was Ron Howard that came out and said that he followed a lot of majority of the script, and then people were writing pieces about this and the differences between Lord and Miller versus Howard and how they were doing the film, and how Lord and Miller of course were going more off script and I guess more improv-y type of stuff, which I would argue could have made a funnier movie because I think these people know comedy.
I'm apparently sure, but like, if you look, so I can't remember where it was I read it, but apparently all the actors were like, well, we've done like 70 takes of this, like what do we do now? It's like we're not really getting anywhere because we're not doing what you're wanting us to do. And apparently whatever, I can't remember his name, who's playing Solo, is not that great of an actor still.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember his name, but like I think we all knew he was not gonna be. He was not gonna be the saving grace of this movie, if there's any.
Apparently he has been better with Ron Howard, but then again, that's probably because Ron Howard might be a bad director. But
maybe.
Apparently, like from what I've read, it's just Lord and Miller they were going too far off script, and they just didn't. They were kind of a bit like a Trank situation, a bit over their heads or in over their heads.
I mean, they've done blockbusters before. This isn't the first time.
Yeah, but it's more like the Star Wars machine, and they weren't working well.
I mean, look, if I remember correctly, wasn't it Edgar Wright that was trying to go more off what Marvel was trying to do? Patty Jenkins was trying to go more off of what Marvel tried to do, so then they got the Game of Thrones guy.
Right, the fact that he didn't have full creative control.
Yeah, he was trying to go more. He was trying to go more off. He
was trying to make it so it was more his thing and not in the MCU. And Marvel no, we need it to be in this thing.
He was trying to go more off to do his thing. Like all these in this kind of system that is Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, or Lucasfilm. It works, and if you're gonna go in there and do your own thing, you're gonna get probably disappointed because they have their system and they have a way of doing things that clearly works. It's not necessarily a bad thing. This is clearly one of the best things you can do by staying in their system. But if you're just one of those people that goes off script, this wasn't the place for you. You can go, like, they're great directors, Lord and Miller, Edgar, and all these. They could just go do other movies somewhere else. Like, it's okay.
What else have Lord and Miller done, like big movie directing work?
I mean, Jump Street, Lego Movie. Let me see.
They did do Jump Street, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are great movies. Jump Street
Did
2.
they did they direct the Lego movie?
Yeah, they wrote and directed. They wrote and directed Jump Street movies, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs movies, which I actually really enjoy.
I
Um,
they're stupid.
in terms of directing, and that's kind of it. Just the Jump Street and the Lego
But
movie.
see, I wouldn't call either of those a big, massive movie.
Okay,
Especially something like Jump Street. Jump Street's a small movie. Like it's not
I'll
a
give you
Star
that.
Wars.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
I think I think it's just that whole smaller filmmakers going into the larger machine. They got spooked a little bit, and they tried to do more thing. It didn't really mesh.
I'm just gonna assume that they went in there, they tried to do stuff that got them there, and clearly it just wasn't. They had to stay within the lines. They did it, and it happens. I don't think anybody. I don't really think like they were succumbed by the shadow that is the company that is Disney and stuff like that. I just think they went off the rails, or not off the rails. That sounds like a bad thing. They went outside the lines when they were supposed to. So they're like, all right, I guess we're out. You just got a little in trouble.
It's one of those. We want half of the script, we want this script, but with your flavor in it. We don't want the movie that's just yours.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I just don't think they got succumbed by the shadow that is Disney. I just think Disney didn't like it, and they're like, all right, we're moving on. It's fine. Like I bet you
possibly
it was an adult thing.
We'll never really know.
Yeah,
what's going on.
I always assume it's never as crazy as some people call it as. I always just assume it's very like we're all adults. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure they had a talk. Like Disney had a talk with them and saying like, hey, we didn't like you did this. We want to take you off and bring in someone else. Like, all right, like fine. Like it's your movie, bro.
Hollywood's very petty business. It's a very petty business.
It is, but I don't know. It's just me saying, just assuming that they could have an adult conversation.
I mean, they probably could. Maybe not in work, but they might. Maybe.
I mean, the Trank probably situation is a little different though.
I was thinking of Trank. I was like,
that's a little different. Like there's reports of them like he was drinking and stuff. I'm pretty sure there was no reports of Lord and Miller like breaking houses and stuff like that. So.
No, but apparently they weren't very good to work with. But
it depends on. I just think it depends on what your idea is not good to work with. Maybe they just went off script and the actors were like they're not good to work with because they go off script. Like that's okay, but that's not necessarily them being like bad guys in a sense or like.
Oh no, I'm not saying that at all.
I'm a fan of the creators, and I always say that the creators probably deserve our benefit of the doubt as opposed to the companies. That's just my take.
I don't know.
Because usually companies will always, and whether it's a good company back or whatever it is, I assume most companies are at least kind of good. Like they're trying to do good things, but I just think the creators,
the company's the easy target because it is the big scary faceless corporation. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh no.
Yeah, that's why I mean I will never talk bad about the companies, but I'll never really say it was like the creators were in fear because I doubt like a lot of people are really in fear in this business. Feel like
I don't think they were scared. I think it was just more a bit like we're maybe not best suited for this type of movie.
Yeah, maybe they were self-aware about it too. Who knows? Yeah. It's hard.
For whatever Josh Trank did, he clearly isn't suited for big budget movies.
Well, he's gonna do what movie is he doing with Tom Hardy? He's doing a new movie with Tom Hardy, which is pretty cool. I just forgot.
Oh, does it begin with an F? I can't think what it begins with.
Josh Trank.
I want to say it's like Faponio or something like that. Some weird.
I like how you look up Josh Trank and it's still all the Fantastic Four stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, it's because it just came out recently that he took it off his bar.
There it is, Fonzo with Tom Hardy.
The one.
He's doing
Where did I get that for Pino? I don't know where that came from.
There you
go. So yeah, Lord and Miller still getting credit, even though it's exactly producer.
I don't even think this movie's gonna be that good. Hot take. That's not a hot take.
It's not a hot take. It's the fucking consensus of the internet.
I don't even.
I know. I've seen like 3 people be like, "Oh yeah, Solo." It's like no.
I saw. I went to go see Black Panther again recently. I saw the trailer for that when I went to go see Black Panther.
It's so bland. It's so bland.
And I was just like, yeah. I mean, of course, I saw my wife Emilia Clarke. I was like, okay, I have to pay attention, but still.
Your wife, back away.
I had to back away from the film just because of like this. Like this trailer was kind of like, and it just the guy who was playing Solo just weirded me out. Like I don't know, something about him.
Yeah.
Oh, it comes out soon. May, I forgot.
Does, yeah. Speaking of May movies, well, it's not a May movie anymore, so it's not really speaking of May movies. We have more Infinity War posters. And spoilers, there is no Hawkeye still. Hawkeye will get no love in this marketing campaign ever.
5 posters, of course, 5 different colors. It's safe to assume that the bigger characters in the posters are the ones with more screen time in the movie, or is it just marketing?
I don't know.
Scarlet Witch is the big one on the yellow or gold one, whatever.
It's the yellow because it's the milestone.
Okay.
I don't know. I suppose you could say that.
I mean,
But
it's always just marketing. It could just not be like that. It
Yeah.
could just be something else in the movie because marketing could be different. But I think it's safe to assume that because usually that's how it goes.
Possibly. I like how each one is very representative of the stone. I mean, obviously that's the entire point of these posters.
Yeah.
Even though I don't figure out the Mind Stone. Like, why has it got like the crystals on it? Like, is that
So,
just
of course-
supposed to be stone?
So you got the Power Stone is red.
No, Power Stone is purple.
Oh, Power Stone is purple. I keep thinking red. The Reality Stone's red, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then of course the Space Stone Stone. I like Stone better than Gem. Is blue. So, and then what's the green one? Is it time?
No, there is no soul. Green is time, yes, but the Mind Stone's yellow.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that the Mind Stone is yellow, bro. I keep thinking it's Soul Stone because that's what it usually is in the comics, isn't it?
I think the Soul Stone was yellow. Before.
Yeah, Soul Stone is usually.
I can't remember. They changed them around when the movies came out. And it's just like,
Yeah.
fuck knows.
I keep thinking the Soul Stone is the yellow one. Let me see. Okay, here it
See,
is.
what you want to do is make a pool and just say they're all green.
It's true.
And just all call them Soul Stones. That's what they are.
Okay, so in the Infinity Gauntlet, which when was this? Is this
Infinity Gauntlet was 98.
Yeah.
Late
Okay.
night.
Either way, it says the space is purple, red is power, green is soul, reality's yellow, time is orange, and blue is mind. So yeah.
As weird as it sounds, they were those colors for years. I find it weird them not being the movie colors now.
Yeah,
I'm so used to seeing them as movie
I
colors.
need to see
It's
the
like, no,
picture of the ones that are currently going on, because that one.
What in the comics?
Yeah, the one with the Infinity Countdown and all.
They're literally exactly the same as the movies.
Okay, there it goes. Okay, so mine is yellow. Soul is gonna be orange then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Time is green because Strange has that.
Yep.
That's cool. I like these posters. I think these are cool posters.
I like them as well.
Yeah.
They're very nice.
Um.
Even though I find it strange. That's a lot of strangers. It's on the time one, but it still has
The times.
his like. It's still got his like spark effects
Yeah.
all over it. It's like okay.
That's what I thought. Like, okay, I thought it was gonna be like the 3 Avengers, of course, the Trinity. You have Iron Man, Cap, and Thor on 3 of them, and then I didn't expect Scarlet Witch, but I guess to me,
I like that Scarlet Witch is getting a push. Can we just get a Scarlet Witch movie?
I
She
hope-
can so hold her own in them.
I mean, it's Elizabeth Olsen. She can hold her own as a
Right.
star, but Am I looking too much into it to think that each of these are gonna have to, like, the characters that are the main ones are gonna have to do with that stone? Like a Scarlet Witch
yes,
with the
because-
mind.
Because why would Doctor Strange have the Reality Stone? He's got the Time Stone.
It's true. Because I was about to say Scarlet Witch is in the mind one with Vision. Thor
Yeah,
is
see,
in the
that's
purple
the-
one.
That's the only one that makes sense. Thor
Well-
wasn't with the purple one though. Thor was
No,
with
no,
the
no,
Reality
I know. But the Guardians are, and Thor's gonna be with the Guardians, and the Guardians know about Nova who have the power.
See, that's true. I just think, because there was a whole theory of, Iron Man's on the Soul Stone marketing. He must have the Soul Stone.
Oh, yeah.
I just think they're switching it up.
What do you mean?
I don't think there is anything to take
From these posters? Okay.
It's because they're too random. Like, they're not necessarily all random, but
It's crazy to me that Hulk is very, like, little. Like, they're not even putting Hulk as a big character when I don't know, I feel like he's a main Avenger, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think Hulk was only ever in the Avengers originally for like 4 issues.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just, I guess all those Hulk fans are like, oh, my Hulky.
I mean, the 3 of them can cry in each other's arms.
It's just weird. Nebula with Cap and Shuri, Mantis and Bucky. Like, that's just weird.
Yeah, see, that's just why I just don't think there's much to really take
Yeah.
from these lineups. Like apart from Thor and Guardians, but then Thor's not with from the majority of the movie Gamora and Star-Lord and Drax. He's just Rocket and Groot.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna meet up, and then Rocket and Groot
I
are
mean,
just gonna go
obviously they
with
do meet
yeah,
up. For the
yeah,
majority, for the most part, it's just going to be the three of them. It's not going to
yeah.
be all of them.
Mm. But I do like these posters, and they each have their effect, like you said, which is really cool.
You know, I still don't get the Mind Stone. Why is it all crystally? Like it's never been
Oh,
that.
you're right.
If it was a kind of like a look like a
Yeah.
brain, maybe, but or if it looked like
Ooh.
the Ultron AI, that. But then again, you get
You
thinking
know,
like, oh my God, Ultron's back.
we can take this time to mention that there is a new TV spot that I actually saw, and
There
I'm trying
is,
to
there is.
forget.
It's a really good TV spot
Yeah.
apart from like the Thanos dialogue, and they put in at the end. The end is near. It's
Yeah.
just like, ugh,
I
really
like
horribly.
Black Panther is helping, and then there's a moment when Scarlet Witch is looking, and I'm just
I
curious.
want to know what she's done there.
Yeah,
That looks a bit, I don't know, like she's been stepped up a little bit.
yeah,
But
and
you get a nice shot of Iron Man's armor, all like
yeah,
4 minutes, really nice.
and then what else happens? Let me see. I'm about to look it up real quick.
You get
This the
T'Challa
sassy
saying,
Groot.
Sassy Groot, you get T'Challa saying that they're fighting for all lives today,
All lives
which I'm
matter.
certain is from Infinity. Certain he said that in Infinity,
Makes
but I'm
sense.
not. Or he said it at some point. I just recognize that line. Yeah.
I do love that. Yeah, the Iron Man part of the armor where it's going on his skin, like the you've always been waiting for this moment, haven't you?
I've been waiting for years, ever since that first movie came out. It's like, can we please just get here?
Yeah, and then of course Groot and Thor, and then Spider-Man doing something. That's gonna be so cool. Like you remember in Force Awakens when they were flying with the Falcon and they were going through the stuff, and it was just like, oh, like it just looks so cool following him. It looks like we're gonna be following Spider-Man as he's swinging through the stuff.
Oh, what with the moon scene
Yeah,
or what everyone's saying the moon scene? Yeah, yeah.
because
I just want this movie now. Like, can I?
directly a month from now, 4 weeks.
Yeah, it is. It is.
4 weeks.
Maybe. Well, if you're in some places, it's
Oh
2 days less.
yeah, I'm getting on the 26th because I'm watching at 7 p.m. But I'm sure there's no advanced screenings yet, but there always usually will be. So I'm waiting for that.
See, I don't know because their embargo is a couple of days before the movie comes out,
That doesn't
which
mean
is
there's
very.
no advanced screenings.
Yeah, but they don't embargo advanced screenings. And if they're playing it that tight with just general reviews, I don't see there being advanced screenings. Not for like a public one anyway.
True, that's true.
Like you'll have the invitational ones, obviously, but I
Yeah,
don't think they're going to have. I think
that's
they're just
true.
trying to really like keep everything close
Which
to
I
the
like.
chest.
I like that they're really
Yeah.
like everybody. I mean, I would still hope that they would even let the critics go. I just would love like everybody has to see
I
it
mean,
on
the
that
critics
day.
can go. That's why you have the embargo.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
just saying like I wish they would make everybody see it on that
Yeah.
one day. Like no
So,
premiere.
yeah. 'Cause I know that obviously people are going to be like, oh, the embargo's late. That means it's clearly going to be bad. It's like, no, it doesn't always mean that. Uh,
Yeah,
Yes,
I've said that same
yes,
thing too.
yes, embargoes can be used to hide bad reviews, but for the most part, it's to hide spoilers.
Thank God.
And I think this one, they're really no, we don't even know half this movie. If we do, I'd be surprised.
Agree.
I'd rather not know from a random fucking spoiler variety review like Thor Ragnarok. Just like, oh, I didn't like this. Here's the spoilers. Like, fuck. But from one Marvel movie to another, can you go away, variety advert? Uh, Captain Marvel gets some nice, interesting additions that I think most people both wanted and expected at the same time. And that is,
I
of course,
wanted this.
we have Clark Gregg back as Agent Coulson, and we have who played Ronan?
Lee Pace.
Lee Pace, and please say this guy's name because I don't want to butcher this.
I am looking for his name at the moment.
The
Which one does what does
guy-
it start with?
It begins with a D. He plays Korra the Pursuer.
Oh, I'm just gonna say Jimin Hansu.
Yeah,
Because usually when names are like that, the first letter's silent.
yeah. I just was like, I'm not even gonna
I'm just gonna
attempt.
say Jimin Hansu. He played Korra the Pursuer. Coulson's back. Ronan. Korath. You would hope this leads into Tahiti, right? That could be.
I'd hope. I'd like.
That could be an end credit thing.
I mean, I think it's a bit of a waste of an end credit scene, to be honest.
Oh,
But
in
if
the
there's
movie.
a time to connect the shows and the movies, it's right now. And people are being like, "Oh, but Coulson wouldn't know that. Or fuck continuity." It's like, no, Coulson doesn't have to know.
It's gonna be
We have,
SOJ.
yeah, we have Fury. Fury just has like the Kree. Like maybe we see him kill one and just like drag it away.
You can
Just be
have
like,
a line saying save him for later or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Or being like, "I'm taking you to Tahiti." It's like, okay.
take him to Tahiti. Like, where do we take this guy, the Kree? Take him to Tahiti, and that will be it. Like something like that. That's all you need, because you know,
Or the Kree literally land in Tahiti. No,
because
be that on.
I won't lie, I've been one of those people that have kind of wavered on everything's connected, because clearly they're so separate, the studios, TV, and movie, that they're not trying to make it really connect anymore.
I mean, they are, because the TV side still get the movie scripts.
Yeah, but I'm clearly it doesn't feel like it just doesn't feel like they're. That's what I'm saying. I'm on that side. It just doesn't feel like that anymore. That they're trying to connect, and they are cool, but I'm not really seeing it. And this would be something.
Here's my thing with everything. You know, go back to season 1 of Shield. Every time a movie came out and the show essentially stopped to tie into that movie, like the Thor Ragnarok one, people didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought, what was the point of having Shield if you wouldn't do that?
I mean, what's the point in having a show if you're just gonna play slave? You know, Shield's been Shield has been far better than it ever was once it stopped trying to tie into the movie.
But that's the point of having a connected universe. Everything is quote unquote slave to the thing.
Right? Would you say the framework would have been better if it stopped and tied into a movie?
Well, which movie came out? Let me check.
Wasn't it Ragnarok? No.
But it has to make sense in the way it ties into the movies. Like Thor: The Dark World, that made sense. Winter Soldier, it made sense.
Yeah, but
Civil War would make sense. Age of Ultron would make sense.
But like, Shield's not a cleanup crew.
Well, not anymore. Yeah.
Well, no, they never were a cleanup crew.
It literally said we're here to clean up.
Yeah, but that was all damage control. The cleanup crew.
Yeah, but that was just that one time. But that doesn't mean they have to clean up. They can do other stuff. Remember Age of Ultron?
They literally spent an episode cleaning up.
Remember Age of Ultron?
I do. See, Age of Ultron was a nice little tie.
Yeah, why can't you do stuff like that? That's what I want, because what's the point of it being connected? Why can't you do more like that? Civil War, you could have connected it like that somehow.
Well, no, because Shield doesn't exist in Civil War.
No, it does, but not to the people like outside. It does within that little thing, like with Coulson.
The movie stories are so much bigger than the shows as well. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It's not that it doesn't, like, Shield is still a really great show. I love Shield, but just to keep in line with it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least throw a bone.
I would like some kind of if you're going to do like a Miss Marvel movie, you're going to have to acknowledge Inhumans and have to tie in that all anyway. So it would have to happen at some point. But
like, okay, you're right in the sense that you can't keep stopping the show every time a movie happens, right? But that's calling it a one-way street. It has to be a two-way street, doesn't it? The movie should have some TV show stuff in it.
But you can't stop the movie to introduce.
You don't have to stop the movie. It doesn't mean.
Okay, how would you introduce these characters that aren't known to the movie characters?
Why can't you have a line that says, okay, which one are we doing examples of? We're doing Inhumans, the TV show, and Captain Marvel?
We're going to tie in S.H.I.E.L.D. to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
But see, that's the difference. It has to kind of make sense.
No. It does make sense because S.H.I.E.L.D.'s had the Kree and it's had as Guardians. Work with it.
I'm still saying that doesn't make sense because they're in space.
Yeah, but they've been to space. They're literally in space right now.
But now they are, but they weren't initially.
It doesn't matter.
But we're talking about it when it came out.
Yeah, but Guardians hasn't come out. You're saying you want it now. Guardians hasn't come out.
No, I don't want it now. I don't want the tie-in now. It's already past this time. I wouldn't want the tie-in now. It's already past, like Guardians. Like
Oh
Guardians
God,
2, right? Guardians 2, they had this whole thing on Earth where the stuff was happening. Why couldn't Shield unmention like stuff was happening on Earth? You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean,
If it happens
bad.
on Earth, somebody
I
has
mean,
to
I'll,
mention
I'll I'll
something.
give you that Guardians one with the big blue. That maybe
Yeah,
you could.
I'm just saying, like, it has
For
to
them,
make sense in a sense that it has to happen on Earth. If they're in space and it happens in space, okay, that makes sense. But it can't just be like Guardians save the Nova Corps and somehow Agents of Shield has to tie into that. It has to be
but
on
that's
Earth.
what everyone.
No,
Everyone wants the
that's
most
dumb. Everybody,
brutally ham-fisted thing ever.
that's not
It's like, oh,
realistic.
why aren't the
Yeah.
Defenders in Infinity War? Like, well,
See,
why the fuck would they
yeah,
be in
that's not
Infinity War?
realistic. That's not what I want. I want a realistic connection where it makes sense. And it doesn't even have to be big. You don't have to stop the movie or the show. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like I said, the Age of Ultron thing was the perfect one.
You
That was
would
the
have to
perfect
stop the
tie-in.
movie in the show to introduce it because it's going to take so much explaining to explain how
It doesn't
one
even
got
have to
there.
be a big part of it. It could literally be a small thing.
Yeah, but then that's such. Oh no!
Do you think
If it's
people were worried about like how Nick Fury found the helicarrier
no,
in
they weren't,
Ultron?
and they never even mentioned the TV show in that. Never mentioned the TV show in that movie.
Yeah, they should have mentioned Coulson at least. Coulson, it wasn't. He was only talking to Muriel Hill, like Nick Fury, so he could have like they both knew Coulson was alive. But I get it's just one of those weird things that just won't happen, I guess. But it's great to see Clark Gregg.
Anyway,
I'm just saying,
back-
my take is realistic and makes sense, and it doesn't have to be big. It can be small, and that would still be connected in my head because everybody saying like Defenders is be Infinity War and Guardians like the Nova Corps have to show up in Shield. Yeah, that's not realistic. Shut up. It's not like come on, let's be realistic here. Like,
But you know
won't you
what
at
is
least say my things are a little realistic? Of like they could at least just make little stuff. They don't have to do something big.
No, because I think making it little is a massive waste of time, and what's the point? But
It's fan service.
going back to yeah, but back to the actual topic. I like the fact that they're going to develop Ronan and Korath again.
Finally, because he didn't have development in the first Guardians.
No, like hopefully, let's see the downfall of Ronan. Let's see how he got from A to B.
Look, this is the problem with movies, right? In general, stories. You either focus on the hero or focus on the villain. Marvel's decided to focus more on the hero a lot of the times. And I'm not complaining. I love the heroes. But then you have kind of sucky villains sometimes. But,
I mean, to be fair, I liked Ronan. He was hammy. Ronan's hammy in the comics. Like,
it was alright.
sorry, the dude that looks like a condom with a giant hammer isn't.
He doesn't look
He
like
can't
he
breathe.
doesn't look like that.
He
No, he doesn't. Let's check.
does.
I don't really remember what he looks like anymore. It's been a while.
He's covered up. He's covered himself.
I'm just saying, like, if we have Ronan in here and we see a little bit more of his backstory, that's cool. That'll make him more important.
And with the official synopsis, we are officially getting the Kree Skrull War, so he's gonna have to play some kind of part.
That's cool.
So give us just intelligence. Like I want to see that giant blood brain.
Are you gonna take this time to tell people why everybody's dumb, saying why isn't Captain Marvel suit red? Well, because
Nah, we've been over there.
Oh,
It's
you have?
because
Okay.
it's because green is the Kree captain.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you've been over it or not. I know you said it on Twitter. I just don't know if you said it on a cast.
I think we said it on the main show, and that came out.
Okay. Well, you probably said it multiple times, to be honest. On like.
I say it every chance I get. It's like, why is it green? It's like because
So
it's
we're gonna be in the middle of a war. We're gonna see Captain Marvel there. I mean, if we are, we're gonna have to assume that the movie takes place on Earth only for like the first 30 minutes, something like that, right? Because like, if you're gonna be in a war, you're probably gonna be out in space for a while.
I don't know because you got not J Law. Christ, sorry. Yeah, you got Jude Law on the ground in his little like Captain Marvel robes that look like a bath towel.
I
But
still can't believe he's Captain Marvel. Like that's crazy.
that's perfect casting. No, you could put the wig on him and he's perfect. No, we're gonna have to do our origin. Obviously, you got to spend some time on that. But I don't know if it's like half and half. I'm fine.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm excited about this because I'm really excited to see, of course, Clark Gregg back.
Hmm?
I'm just curious as to they're gonna play it out with them. In this picture, it looks like Brie Larson's hair is falling out.
Which picture's that?
I just looked up pictures of like Jude Law and Captain Marvel, and one where Brie Larson's running. It's like, oh, she has that Logan Paul hair.
Oh, can we not bring up Logan Paul?
Is that it? Was that it out of the Captain Marvel stuff?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
You know what? Once you bring in Logan Paul, you kind of kill everything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But just quickly, the writers have said what I've been hoping her character's going to be like, and it's that like mix between Tony and Steve. Where they say she's like Steve in the fact that she knows what she's doing is right, even though like
It,
it's kind of
so it's
not
what you
necessarily.
wanted, right? Because she's
Yeah,
both like she thinks she's right, but she's wrong.
yeah, she's got that like that arrogance about her,
Yeah,
and
she has the best of both
um,
worlds from both of them. Yeah,
yeah,
this is what we expected and what it should happen. And good to know that they know the character. That's always
yeah.
good to know.
There is just like, oh, what Carol are they gonna do? I was kind of scared, but yeah.
Man, I'm so excited. I can't. There's I'm excited for all this Marvel stuff. Like, I mean, I've always been a fan. It's just always like people who like talk shit about their stuff that kind of turns me off about it. But it's like I can't let them affect me. You know what I'm saying, Mitch? I gotta
Yeah.
be excited about all this stuff. I love like the MCU. The MCU is great. I know some people think I don't like it. I feel like it's because I think I like the DC movies, and a lot of people
Here's the
think I
thing:
don't like it.
if you just say one small little thing someone don't agree with, that's it. You hate everything.
Oh, okay, that's why. I was wondering,
Like,
like, some people think I don't like it. I was like, I do like them. I actually, like, shed, like, multiple thug tears in this whole MCU. Like, this is just, like, epic. Like, this journey, this 10-year decade journey.
it's like, what was it? The main show the other day, we had a Shazam topic and something else,
Yeah.
and then people were like, "Oh, you guys just hate everything DC." It's like, did you miss the Shazam part? It's
Yeah.
literally 10 minutes later where we said we liked everything. Like, come
Yeah.
on now. Let's not play this game.
True,
I know
true.
it's a YouTube comments, and YouTube will be YouTube.
So, per me, because I love to watch those montage videos of, like, stories, of character stories, I saw a Captain America one, Steve Rogers one. That was beautiful. It was
Steve Rogers one.
Because like I always would watch the Jon Snow like montage videos that like from where he started to where he was and how the story he is. I love to watch these videos, and there was a Steve Trevor Captain America one where it showed where he started to like now having to face like Thanos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was great. Yeah. This I I feel like it's okay to say because I'm not the biggest Captain America fan from the comics, but I'm the biggest movie Captain America fan because I think they are very different. Wouldn't you agree? To a sense, not very, but
in some
different.
ways,
Yeah.
they definitely kept a lot of aspects of Cap right.
Yeah.
I know I do prefer Cap in the movies to the comics
Because he's more
but
Superman-like, which I love. Which didn't they say they wanted to make Cap
I
the
don't-
Superman? Like they wanted to make him hope and optimism and stuff like that. Didn't they say they wanted to do that? Which is great, to be honest, because that's perfect for
can't
Chris Evans. Chris Evans is like great at kind of like giving like especially that Winter Soldier speech. Ugh, I need to rewatch those movies, man.
It's a shame he's a massive fucking hypocrite.
Is he?
Yeah, of course he is.
Oh, and the character. I thought you meant Chris Evans. I was like, what did Chris Evans do? Was he voting for Trump or something?
Chris Evans is an international treasure.
Yeah.
I will weep when that man leaves these movies.
Yeah, which is probably
I will weep when that beard is gone in Infinity War. It's just
Still
that
weird to see him with the beard, I must say.
No, actually, I find it weird with him without the beard. 'Cause he
You know
always
what-
has a beard when he's not in the movies. And you see him out the movies more time you see him in them.
It's
just
true.
like,
It's true. You know what's weird? The hairstyles in those movies, because he goes from like the comb over in Avengers. He has this weird kind of goes short, goes to the back in Winter Soldier.
kind of has like one of those it's a bit of a 90s quiff.
Yeah,
Not
like
weird.
he has weird hairstyles in the movie. I think Civil War was we had the better one because I looked back at like a Winter Soldier clip and I was like, "What is that hairstyle, bro?"
It's just really short and it's definitely
yeah,
really
because
weird.
especially going from like the comb over from Avengers.
Yeah.
Where it was very because it was shorter. It was short. I think in first Avenger. Then it was like the comb over longer, and it felt like very weird. Like he felt very proper in a way because it just like was super too clean. And then it was like too short, and it was just I don't know. It's just somebody needs to make a video about that. Like it's just crazy, man.
And now he's got the little comb back.
Yeah, I think I like that better, to be honest.
I won't know if it's a wig or not. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
I think it's his actual hair.
He takes it out in the movie like it's an actual character.
I'd love that. I was like, oh, it's not me talking, it's the beard.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah, that'll do for our main topics.
Yes.
And now it's time for the "We Were Wrong Again" segment.
Well, you were more wrong than me.
Some more than others. But... hey man, it's
okay.
it is.
So, do we go about what we had last week and then what was actually this week, right?
Is that how we did it last week? I thought
we
did.
What was this week and then what was ours?
Well, this week we had number 5 was Tomb Raider with 10 million. It had a 60% drop in its second week. Ouch. Sherlock Gnomes at number 4. I got that one right with 10 million.
So by 500,000 more.
Number 3, I Can Only Imagine with a 20% drop down to 13.6. Number 2 was Black Panther with 17 million. Only a 35% drop. I can't remember what it had last week. But of course, number 1 was Pacific Rim. We both kind of said it was going to be number 1. I just tried to.
No. You thought Black Panther.
I said if you go back and listen to it, I did say I think Pacific Rim will do better, but for the sake of it, I'll put Black Panther.
No. You said because I thought the argument was because you made out a good argument for why Black Panther should be number 1 for the 6th time in a row, I think, and you just could not see why it would go down because you didn't think Pacific Rim was a blockbuster.
There was a point later on.
Yeah, I did tell you. Yeah.
I do actually think it will go up.
And then you told me, for the sake of argument, why don't you just do Pacific Rim? Because in my head, for the numbers, I was like, it had to. Pacific Rim had to. There's no way it was going to be under Black Panther. And
fun fact, Panther only had what was the percentage change?
35.8.
1%. Like from over last week.
What? No, it had 26 million.
No, it's a 1%. Yeah, but it's like it was 34% last week and it's 35% this week.
Oh, that's what you mean.
It's got a very consistent drop. It's not gone like 50, then like.
Oh no, for
6.
sure. Yeah. But it's had like I think 30-something% for the last 3 weeks. It's had nothing but.
It was 40 something the other week.
Yeah. Okay. So, for what we had last week. I had Pacific Rim 1. He had Black Panther 1. Of course, I got that one. I had Black Panther 2. He had Pacific Rim 2. And then we both had Tomb Raider at 3, which is I Can Only Imagine, which I did not imagine.
Why can't you let me down? You let me down.
Also, it did get a theater increase in 624 theaters, so that probably has something to do with it. Then I think it would do that. All right, Sherlock Gnome at 4. We both had, which it came out at 10.6. Barely, it beat Tomb Raider at 5, and we had a Rinko.
Winning's winning.
Rinko was 6. So, there you have it. There is like, I did not expect I Can Only Imagine. That was the only one I did not expect to be up there. I thought it was going to go way down. I thought it was going to make like 5 million for some reason.
Well, it only had a 20% drop. That's crazy.
There's something to it.
What do you think is going to be next week?
Ready Player One. That's for sure number 1.
I say Ready Player 5 is guaranteed. It's on like for 54 million, easily.
I mean, even then, it's like all it needs to do is 20 million, which is easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's guaranteed because it's tracking so high.
Even if it like does the least it can do, 20 million is probably the least it can do. That's all you need for this movie to win number 1. Because I don't think any of the other ones. I don't think God's Not Dead or Light and Darkness, which is another. Which God's Not Dead is like? Is that a trilogy? Like, is this Is this an MCU? It's all connected type of thing.
Yeah, it's the third one.
Wow.
I've never seen the first one. So.
Me either. I just know there was 2 of them.
Yeah. That's just...
All right. So Ready Player One. Of course, that has to be number 1. We're doing percentages. 26. Black Panther's gonna be at like 10 million. So. By math, I don't think I can only imagine Sherlock Gnomes would be at the 10 million. You would have to assume that Tyler Perry would make a 10 million.
I'll say I'm gonna put the Acrimony movie at number 2.
Yeah, because you'd have to assume it'd make at least 10 million for it to be number 2. Because Tyler Perry, he is what it is. Like he gets people in those movies.
Yeah.
It is rated R though compared to his regular PG-13 movies, which would probably get more people. So you do have to. It has less theaters than Black Panther at 2,000. So you have to take all that to account.
Yeah, but Black Panther did lose 500 odd or 464.
Yeah, theaters. You gotta assume it might lose another 400, so it'll probably be around 3,000, 2,900 theaters. So
How
17
much do you
million
reckon
now.
How much do you reckon it's gonna bring in?
That's what I'm saying, like a 9 or 10 million. 9 or 10 million. Let's
Is it
see.
9 or 10?
Let's do the math on this. 17, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 times 0.35. Yeah, I reckon 9 to 10 million. That's what I guessed. It's just if it's keeping on the 35%, it could even 8.5 if it goes to like 36.5, like decrease.
I think it's going to be tight for the top 5.
It's just hard to think. Could Tyler Perry
Mainly
do
for like
it?
the lower half of the top 5. I think the top like 3 is kind of set.
It has to be either Black Panther or Tyler Perry at 2 or 3. Like those are.
No. I'm gonna say Ready Player One, Acrimony, Paul Apostle of Christ is gonna be the top 3.
I'm trying to look for that movie. I don't really see it. I looked at by date.
It's coming out the 28th.
30th, 28th. Let me see.
Literally, fun fact, it's out tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm trying to look to see where. Because it's not showing up on my screen. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It showed up for last weekend.
I was gonna say it's on Pro Box Office.
It released in March 23rd. Why do you think? Why is it gonna release tomorrow?
That's just 28th.
Literally says Paul Apostle Christ, March 23rd release date.
3/28/2018.
Then why is it on Box Office Mojo? It says Paul Apostle Christ.
This is what Pro Box Office is telling me.
It already came out.
It has come out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get rid of that one. Christ, I didn't see it.
I get it. Because the movie has
that was not on purpose.
I know. Yeah, the movie came out, bro.
Damn, I'll get rid of that one now.
Yeah.
Well, that was tracking for 13. Christ, damn, it made 5. Ooh.
Yeah.
Literally
Literally right here, made 5.
Actually, I wasn't looking that far down. I wasn't expecting it.
I think Tomb Raider's out of the top 5. Sherlock Gnomes is probably gonna be 5.
Really, it's so close between those two, though.
But it just came out too, and I can only imagine as a 20%. So the top 4 have to be between Acrimony, Panther, that's 2 and 3, and 4 and 5 is I can only imagine, and Gnomes, because I don't think the other movie. What's the other movie?
God's Not Dead is only tracking for 6.
Yeah, I don't think, because I think Gnomes will make 7, if anything.
Yeah.
I think I can only imagine if it goes to another 20%. Let's assume 40%. I'm gonna assume 40%. Double it.
So I think Ready Player One and Acrimony got the top 2 spots locked. I think. Would I Can Only Imagine stay at number 3 again?
I think it's staying at 4.
At 4.
But
the way you can put Panther
4, 3. No, 2 or 3. One of those. I don't know which one yet. I think 4 is I Can Only Imagine, and Gnomes is 5, because if we're doing the numbers real quick, of course Ready Player One's gonna be at the top. Black Panther's gonna be 9 to 10. Acrimony probably gonna be 9 to 10, I assume. I Can Only Imagine, I'm gonna think 7 to 8, and I think Sherlock Gnomes is gonna be 7 to 8. I just don't know which one would barely beat who. I think those are gonna be super close. I just don't know who will beat who. It's just all about the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So this is a hard one. You know what I'm saying? Because it feels like, you know, if you look at
what do you think Uprising is gonna do? Do you think that's out completely?
Oh, I forgot about Uprising. I just forgot about that. I literally forgot about that movie because it's so out of my consciousness.
I mean,
you gotta think it's gonna make about 10 to 15 million.
Yeah.
10 to 15.
Right, I'm gonna go.
It's gonna be 2. Uprising is gonna be 2.
Right, no, I'm gonna go. Ready Player One number 1.
Okay.
Acrimony 2nd. Uprising 3. Black Panther, I can only imagine.
Okay, wait. Say it. Okay, I can only imagine Black Panther. I can only imagine at 5.
Hmm.
Black Panther at 4. Acrimony at 2. Uprising at 3. Is that what you said?
No, Uprising at 3,
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Acrimony at 2, Ready Player One at 1.
I'm gonna say Acrimony makes 2 as well. I'm gonna say Ready Player One, Acrimony, Rim. I think so. Rim is gonna take. I mean, we're pretty much gonna be similar in this.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think Black Panther's at 4. It's just I can only imagine versus Sherlock Gnomes. But you have to assume. I can only imagine it's gonna be at least 8. Sherlock Gnomes made so much less. I think we're gonna have the same one, but like that's not fun.
I mean, it's.
Want to just have it the same one? Like this is the first time we've had it the same one.
Say what? Why not?
Because when you're looking at it, Pacific.
See,
Rim,
if
14,
Paul
15,
Apostle of Christ didn't come out last weekend, we would have had a different.
Yeah.
But no, it's done one.
God's Not Dead 3. I don't think that's gonna do anything.
No, that's tracking for like around what Paul Apostle of Christ done. So
That's so little, man. And I wonder. I bet you it was probably just a sandwich for the. I don't know.
well, I mean the budget could like the gross compared to the budget is probably massive.
Yeah. Well, Pacific Rim.
I think Uprising's a guaranteed third.
You know what? I'm gonna switch out Acrimony for Pacific Rim. One to make it different, and also, there's a feeling that Acrimony could make 13 million, Pacific Rim 14. If Pacific Rim loses 50%, it's 14 million.
See, Acrimony's on track for 19.
Could not. You know, tracking could be wrong sometimes.
Yeah, but they're not usually that wrong. Like, it maybe won't be like 1 to 2 million out, but no.
Maybe more people want to go see Ready Player One. And I assume theaters would want to put hey, we want to put more showings.
Ready Player One is tracking for like 54.
That's what I'm saying. Ready Player One could take more of the box office from Acrimony. Yeah. You know that is when two big things are right next to each other. One's gonna feed off the other.
I mean, doesn't Star Wars and Jumanji disprove that?
They weren't right next to each other, were they?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, I didn't go see Jumanji, so
literally a week apart.
I didn't go see Jumanji, so it didn't leech off me. Let me see.
I mean, it's a good. You'd love Jumanji.
I probably would. I saw a video clip of
so good.
of it. Yeah.
It had no right to be as good as it was.
Just didn't have the time to go see it. I need to see it. It's on Redbox. So I'm probably just running from that.
Do it.
Let me see.
Nick Jonas surprisingly did a good job in that movie as well.
Yeah, Nick Jonas. Who did that?
They wanted the stupid Jonas Brothers.
Huh.
Yeah, hurry up! Come on.
All right, it's because I was looking up to see if there's some predictions for Acrimony. I can't really find any. Besides, some say million. 14 million, some say 15, some say 19. Some say around there, but yeah, I'm keeping the same one I'm having anyways. I'm putting Uprising 2, putting Acrimony 3. Ready Player One, Uprising, Acrimony, Black Panther, I Can Only Imagine, and then the only thing we have different is 2 and 3.
That should be interesting next week then.
Yeah, so...
No doubt we'll be completely off again, but...
Maybe. Something will come out of left field.
So maybe one day we'll get all 5 right.
Yeah.
So.
Today
is not that day we get all 5 right. So yeah. I think that wraps it out. We got our top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not the show. I say that. I say this on the Friday show.
Say it every show.
No. I say it on the Friday show.
You said it last week.
Toodles.
Until next time.